Hey guys, welcome to another Jovial Top 5, and today we're going to be doing Top 5 pathetic villain death scenes, because these guys get a lot of them.
Alright, I'm going to Dragon Ball Z for this one here.
Boy.
And it is the death of Andrew 19. You know, when Future Trunks comes back and tells the Z Fighters, is like, these androids that come out, you have to train for the next 3 years, because they'll destroy everything. When they arrive, and
An old man and a little clown.
Yeah, you're thinking, okay, what's going on here? But then you realize they're actually more interesting because they can take away their energy. Andrew 19, he actually takes down Goku. You're like, oh my god, this is actually going to be really good. You know, how are they going to kill him? And then Vegeta just comes in as a Super Saiyan and chops off his arms. And then just blows him up. It's pretty anticlimactic, but it's actually quite obvious. Like, oh yeah, if your most powerful things are your hands, boom, boom, how are you going to stop him with no hands? So yeah, Andrew 19, that was pathetic.
I'd argue that it's cool because it's a win for Vegeta, because Vegeta doesn't get a lot of wins, but also they're kind of a bait and switch because you think they're the androids, but they're not the actual androids. They're revealed later, so that's kind of a hopeful moment. Oh, Vegeta killed them. These guys are going to be easy, and then, oh fuck, 17 and 18. My number 5 is from the Walking Dead comics, and this is a spoiler for anyone reading comics out there. In the latest story arc, there was a bunch of new villains introduced, and they kind of disguised themselves as walkers. They covered themselves in the skin and hid in the crowds, and a whole big fiasco happened. And there was a character called Beta. There was the Alpha, who was the lead antagonist, and Beta was second in command. At the end of the storyline, Beta managed to basically send all the zombies they had at the main outpost, Alexandria, and everyone got wiped out. And Beta kind of watched from the sideline like, we've just won. And I was kind of happy with that. Sometimes bad guys get away. I didn't expect them to show up 5 issues later. Like, Aaron and Jesus just sitting by the campfire, and Beta shows up with 2 knives. I'm gonna kill you! And has a pathetic fight, and gets shot in the back and dies. And it's like, what the fuck? That was stupid. And to make it worse, they would go and kill the rest of the Whisperers after that. So it's kind of like after a year, or even like 2 years investing into the storyline, got wiped off in the single issue. It was just very strange, very anticlimactic.
Well, you think if you've got such a main villain, if you're going to bring them back, it's like you actually do something about it. But it's just a pathetic little fight. And, you know, it's just, yeah.
It's like Robert Kirkman left them on the sideline for a potential future, and then he couldn't think of anything, so he just wrote them out in one issue.
This is probably an obvious one and an internet darling when it comes to pathetic bad guys' deaths. Prometheus, Charlize Theron's character. Why don't you run left or right? Seriously. When the spaceship comes crashing down and is rolling around there, it's literally 20 meters that way, 20 meters that way. No, you're going to go for a kilometer that way for a run and get squashed. That's just a bad guy just being dumb.
No, I know she dies. That's right, I'm never. In the second installment in the Narnia series, the main antagonist is called Miraz. He's a bit of a nasty dude. At the end of the film, he has to duel Peter. So he loses the duel, and Caspian has the option to kill him, and he decides not to, the honourable hero. Miraz's second in command walks up, and he's just like, ha! Shanks him. Falls on the ground, then he's like, treachery, they killed him! Just like an excuse to get a cool fight for the movie. And that guy kind of takes over as the lead antagonist. He gets the cool final battle death scene.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to have Miraz be the main antagonist for this whole film. A pretty good antagonist. Just killed by his second in command, and he's just replaced. It's just, I found it very odd and very anticlimactic.
My next one is Cornea, and it's actually the death of John Malkovich's character, Cyrus the Virus. Now, the actual chase scene at the end, when they're on the fire truck, it gets smashed into a skywalk in the middle of the Nevada Strip, and that part is really cool. But what's most pathetic about it is John Malkovich suddenly gets put into a construction site with a conveyor belt that's going in the middle of the night. Why that's there, I'm not too sure. And it's going very slowly. He could have just fallen off left or right to actually get off the conveyor belt, but no, he just follows it on there. And then when he flips over, for some reason there's like a post-ramming like big metal weight, and it comes down and it smashes Cyrus Virus's head and kills him. But it's so slow. It's like going up, 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 and then it drops down. He could have moved. Why didn't he move?
Plenty of time. Yeah.
Plenty of time. It would have been just so much easier. He goes up the skywalk, smash, oh, he's dead. But no, they had to add this little extra part into there, and it's like, it was slow, and it was like, why didn't he just move? And that's why it is quite pathetic, because Cyrus the Virus was a really cool villain, and to kill him like that was just, it was just sad.
Make a move and the bunny gets it.
No, Malkovich dies in Con Air. Spoiling all these movies for me.
How have you not seen Con Air?
My number 3 is from The Dark Knight Rises. It is the death of Bane.
Ah, yes.
Antagonist in that film. which I hated and I still hate. Bane is the chief boss in this film. He's real intimidating. At the climax of the film, Batman beats him finally. And then it's another stupid thing. It's just revealed that he's not actually the main bad guy. He's the second in command for Talia al Ghul. After she leaves, he's kind of like, we both know I have to kill you now.
You'll just have to imagine the fire.
And then he gets shot by a Catwoman. Just in the chest, and he flies off screen, and they're just like, cool, and move on. He was the main villain of the movie. We spent so much time him giving speeches, him fighting Batman, and he's just shot, discarded, let's move on, over it. And I was like, that's so rude, offensive to the character.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing about Dark Knight Rises I did not like, because Bane was intimidating, and to be just taken down by some guns from Catwoman. Yeah, and as you said, it just cuts straight away, okay, on to the next thing.
Yeah,
It's like, why didn't we give Bane a little bit more, like even just
a lingering shot. Or
yeah,
like
just a whole like, oh, close my eyes again.
Yeah.
Something.
I know, like, there's no time, we have to stop the bomb from going off, but still, just a little of mention to him. I don't know, it just seems like out of the way, wrote him out of the script.
Just something.
Stupid.
I don't care what you say, the way the aliens die in Signs is stupid. Seriously, the aliens came to a planet that is covered in water, and they die or get hurt by water. I've heard all these different conspiracies. They actually were there to, help us, not attack us. Shut up. Seriously, they get killed by water. It's just stupid. It's a bad way for the aliens to die. And it just shows like a species that has learned to how to go intergalactic space travel and all that, not to look at a planet and go, our one weakness is covered on this planet. Maybe we shouldn't go there.
Yeah.
Thanks, M. Night.
My number 2 is also from Dragon Ball Z. Ever since I saw this on the screen, I hated it, and that's the death of Frieza. And so,
yes.
at the end of the Namek saga, Frieza is, I'm doing this a lot tonight, the main antagonist. He's a big dude, and he is like the ultimate boss. Everyone's scared of him. Frieza is this intimidating, awesome villain. One of the best villains ever, I'd say.
Yes.
He kills Krillin, kills Vegeta,
He
almost
kills
kills
everyone.
Goku. He
Yeah.
destroys the planet.
This planet! Wait, I zoned out there for a second, what?
But Goku, in the end, gives him mercy, but Frieza can't help himself. Even though he's cut in half, he tries to kill Goku, and Goku blasts him away.
You fall!
It's a great end. Until the next arc. Frieza just comes back, now half a cyborg, foreshadowing, I guess, for the androids.
Yeah.
And Trunks comes in, a new character, who just kills Frieza immediately. Cuts him to pieces and blows him away. And it's so bizarre. I guess they're trying to establish that Super Saiyans are real powerful, but just to kill the main bad guy from the last arc as if he's nothing is so disrespectful and terrible, and I hate it. When I saw it the first time, I was really young, but I just hated it. I was like, what the fuck? That's stupid. He should have been killed by Goku. And I just still grinds my gears. So I was very thankful a few years ago when they brought him back for a film, like kind of redemption film, give Frieza another chance. And now he's actually a very major character in Super. He's kind of come back and he's really cool. So I'm sort of over it a little. That's why it's not my number 1.
Yeah.
But oh god, I hated it initially. Just fucking Trunks killing him.
I just want to know how sharp Trunks' sword is.
I reckon, eh? He's like, perfect cut.
Exactly. And my top one is from Mars Attacks.
Oh.
Yes. How they die is pathetic but incredibly funny.
It's awesome.
Yeah, oh, it's awesome, but it is pretty bad. Once again, it is aliens that come to the Earth, and these ones are trying to destroy us, and they are kicking Earth's ass. We don't know how to kill them, and we're probably going to die. And their weakness is an old country music song from the 50s, and it explodes their brains.
It's pretty bizarre.
It's pretty bizarre, yes, with Signs, water, okay, you might have a weakness to it, but you have a weakness to music? And it's not just over time, it's instant. And they're just like, done. Yeah. And then you have the soldiers, and they just put it on the speakers, this really crappy song, and it just kills everyone. And that's why it's just so bizarre, because they were dominating all of us, and it took music to take them down. Yeah. And that's why it's my number 1.
My number 1 is from a terrible movie called Fantastic Four 2 Rise of the Silver Surfer. So, Victor Von Doom, he's the big bad. Metal guy, uses lightning and shit. He's the bad guy in the first film. Terribly acted, terrible character in the film, but still the main bad guy. Second film, bring on the Silver Surfer. Then the Galactus is coming, oh man. And of course, Victor Von Doom comes back and he's got his own plans. He's gonna steal the surfboard.
Yes,
he's gonna do his own thing. And so, at the climax of the film, he steals the surfboard. And I'm not sure, I don't really care, I don't remember much of the movie, but he's summoning Galactus, I think, and the Fantastic Four give all their powers to Johnny. and he goes and fights him and kicks his ass.
Yeah.
Like, Von Doom doesn't have any, he's just like, and just gets his ass beaten, and he knocks him away from the surfboard. And Victor Von Doom goes flying out of the city, flying all the way into the ocean, and just sinks. And then we cut away. And you never see him again. Okay, so we're not going to show him die, we're not going to show him get out, we just see him sink. And like, they're just like, oh, Victor, get out of here. Like, I know we all kind of have a connection to you, and you're the big bad guy, but once again, fuck it, let's move on to the main thing. Why can't villains get the dignified deaths they deserve? These guys are the main foil against our heroes. They deserve, and they always die, so they deserve a little moment of, and they're dead. Not like I guess he drowns, like, we don't care. They'd like a they just like, he just drowned, I guess, and it was like fucking.
I can see your Herman. I can see that. That's just it.
It's
Villains
dumb.
deserve better.
Villains deserve better. Make villain death scenes great again. That's our message today.
Hashtag that.
Thanks, guys, for watching our top 5 pathetic villain death scenes. If you have any that we didn't mention, put them in the comments and like and subscribe. You know all that shit. I was gonna say Smaug from The Hobbit, but I still like that death scene. I just didn't like that it was in the third film. It was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like it's opening to a movie.
Yeah, for me, like my honourable mention is actually Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. He got distracted by a darts. You know, they nearly got in, but just couldn't quite in there.
And
But
it was the power of love.
The
They were
power
holding
of
hands,
love
it
and
was
all
like,
the...
it's too powerful.
Yes. But I guess Chris Pratt's dance moves were just so intriguing.
They were pretty fly.
Yeah.
Anyway, check you guys later. Bye.